So kung itong gagawin natin story, bagong labas na story quest ay necessary po siya. Dahil after ko kasi mapanood yung 4.7 trailer niya, doon ko biglang napansin yung hawak ni Furina yung sword nun eh. Yung ko kay galing kay Aether yun or whatever. Well, I think nadududa ako guys ha. Mayroon kasing isa sa mga requirements para maging available na po itong story quest to Clorinde. Including doon yung ma-complete mo yung unang story quest ni Furina. Well, yatang hindi na nila magagawa yung yung second story. Maybe soon pa. Pero hindi na naman nila magagawa dahil may nilabas na ulit na namang isang drip marketing sa tingnan bagong character sa Emilia. Yung problema ko kasi na magkaroon tayo ng mga bagong labas na 5-star characters. Dala pa sila mag-ipon ng pera kapag nakapag-top up tayo. At kailangan pa na natin mag-roll pa ulit kapag in case na makalus pa tayo ng 50-50 eh. So in the meantime, let's start this Clorinde story quest. Let's go! Navia! Okay.
And Clorinde over there? They look like they might have run into some kind of trouble. Let's go check out what's going on!
Okay, so may plano akong ma-claim si Navia guys. I think mga 4.8 pa so matagal pa. Well, susubukan ko lang yung mga kamay ko na hindi hindi maklik yung pull button.
Still no dice?
Not at all. And I've asked pretty much everyone in the court of Fontaine already. Lynette's ears drooped as soon as she heard that we'd have to be out and about for days on end.
What about Chiori and Charlotte?
I've asked them already, but they're both pretty busy right now.
This is getting pretty difficult.
They're not the same pose, huh?
Navia, Clorinde, what's up?
Oh my. Well, if it isn't my dear partners.
Huh. Navia?
Huh? Oh, you mean...
Yep, this is our chance.
Well, if what you want my favor, then go.
Do you need our help with something?
Oh, precisely. My dear partners, we've got a huge problem right now that only you can solve.
Can I turn up my chat box muna?
Whoa, for real?
Absolutely. We've already exhausted all our other options.
Tell me.
Traveler, Paimon, would you join us and play Marechaussee Hunter Judgment Day?
Marechaussee what now?
It's a new game script by the Tabletop Troupe, a local roleplay adventure club.
Ever heard of the Tabletop Troupe? They put out games that allow you to participate in a story and roleplay characters with your friends. Oh, I've loved their stuff ever since I was a kid.
That sounds super interesting.
Clorinde and I are both veteran members of the club. Recently, someone came up with a new script and was looking for people to help playtest it for them. And when they asked, of course I couldn't refuse.
Generally speaking, scripts at that level of development have a lot of issues. But I think this one is pretty solid.
Whoa. I know I was the one that handed you the script, but some of us haven't read it yet. No spoilers, please.
Anyway, the script calls for a team of 4. Ah, yes. We're missing one final player right now.
So, you're saying you'll help us out? I knew I could count on you, partner.
Paimon and the Traveler are kind of a package deal. Is that okay?
Yeah.
That's not a problem. I'll adjust the pace based on the actual number of players and ensure that everyone has a good time.
Well, Traveler, what do you think? Wanna play? Paimon will follow your lead.
Well, that solves our problem. You have our thanks.
Woohoo! I'll go grab the script manager from the club right away.
The script manager? Didn't you just say that you gave Clorinde the script?
The club introduced a completely new kind of gameplay for the script. In this iteration, the Game Master's version of the script is incomplete. On top of that, In order to increase player immersion, the club has created some of the story's sets and scenes in real life.
Wow, you're right. Whoever wrote this script really did put in a lot of work.
And it's got a real healthy amount of suspense, right?
I look forward to experiencing it with you all.
Why don't you go meet up with the others first?
Sounds good. Remember to always watch where you're going, and don't rush.
You say
Huwag
that
mo
like I'm
kalimutan
6
i-share na lang yung
years
stream
old or
natin.
something.
And tick na sa follow.
Let me think. What kind of character should I play this time?
I just hope you'll pick up some useful skills this time.
Hey, let's do this! Uy, si Furina!
Sorry to keep you waiting.
You're back! Huh? And you've got the Traveler and Paimon with you too!
What a pleasant surprise. I assume you'll be joining us for the game then?
Linny, Furina! Paimon didn't know you were playing too. Are you also members of the tabletop troupe?
I'm more of a casual member, if anything. I haven't taken part in many formal club activities. Still, I'm sure it'll be fun being a player for the first time.
Well, I'm not a member of the club at all. Clorinde simply woke me up first thing this morning, said there was a good script worth experiencing, and asked if I wanted in.
If you're interested, I can give you a referral. That should give you a 40% discount on membership fees.
I think I'll wait to see how this experience plays out first.
Do you participate in a lot of tabletop troupe activities, Clorinde?
You could say that.
Right. I knew about that even when she was still my subordinate.
It's nothing. Really, just a small...
Wow. Paimon's so used to seeing you be all upstanding and intimidating as the champion duelist. It's kind of hard to imagine you role-playing with a bunch of friends.
Surely you jest. I would never intentionally make things difficult for my players.
Yep, ito na, 4.7 na. Available na yung service up.
I maintain a clear boundary between my professional and personal lives. The me you see at court represents the law and order of Fontaine. But in my personal life, I'm just an ordinary person. Someone who feels anger and sadness, just like everyone else.
May nagsabi sa chat na kailangan ko daw ma-pull daw si Clorinde, pero I changed my mind. I want to pull for Navia. Nag-ipon na ako.
Well, you
I'm
say
F2P.
that, but for all the time I've known you, I don't think I've ever seen you cry. I've seen you get angry, sure, but now I'm wondering whether you were actually mad or if it just looked that way from the outside.
I was probably in work mode during those times.
Is that so? Well, in any case, I just feel like even in your personal life, you don't get emotional very often.
So you want to see me cry? That might be a little difficult. A show of anger, though, that might be something I could accomplish.
I'm back! Here, allow me to introduce you to the script manager, Mr. Florian.
Pleasure to meet you all.
Hello. Wait, are you a champion duelist too, Mr. Florian?
Oh, no. This is just the costume provided by the club.
That sounds like a lot of work.
It's nothing. It's the least we can do to give the players a more immersive experience. Anyway, allow me to give you a brief introduction of the script. This script was adapted from the real history of the Marashose Hunters.
Paimon's not super familiar with the history of the Marashose Hunters.
Oh, no problem at all. I can give you a brief rundown. So, their story can be traced back to the ancient Remurian dynasty, as well. But I'll leave the finer details for you to seek out and discover later.
And I'll provide additional commentary as the story progresses.
In that case,
Whoa, just one sentence and it's like we're in the story already.
I see many a determined gaze before me. Very well. Head over to this location and begin your heroic journey.
So, as we follow the story, it leads us to specific scenes? Ooh, sounds pretty innovative. What does the message in the envelope say?
It's the exact location of the scene, as well as the formal permission to use the venue. Please check all your belongings, everyone. and make sure you haven't forgotten anything.
Sounds good. Hunter Squad, move out!
Okay, I think I like this one. Parang nagano tayo. No? Okay. Okay, can I kill them with my invalid team for a while?
With sword comes shadow. Don't blink. Speed of light. Don't blink. Hey.
Layo.
How brilliant!
Shit!
That must keep
Manti! Amber doon? Ba naman yan?
Positions. Nowhere to hide. Incoming. Hey! Speed of light. Let my name echo in song. May I present? This dance is for you. Here. With sword comes shadow. Incoming.
Pasilbahin naman tong kalaban na to kaya ayokong kalabanin.
They really have thought of everything. Even the Fatometer is here and ready to go for us.
Sadali lang. Kailangan tapusin ko muna tong dialogue.
It's a card that's used to determine actions accept.
And what about all the dessert and tea?
That's what the message said.
Really? That's so nice. It feels just like a tea party with friends.
Those snacks have Paimon's name written all over them.
I think you might be more of a snack hunter than a Marashose hunter,
Snack Hunter Paimon reported for duty. If there are delicious snacks to be found, Paimon will track down every last one.
The desserts are great.
Tama ka,
But
Paimon.
I'm still looking forward to the story more than anything.
Very fair. Then, let us begin. First, please pick up the blank character cards in front of you and write down your name and profession. You can find an abbreviated version of the rules printed on the back of your character card. In this story, everyone is a Marashose hunter. To reflect this, the club has prepared a small badge for everyone.
Ooh, nice!
As hunters, you have proficiency in swordsmanship and fighting by default, so there's no need to allocate any additional skill points to those areas.
Swordsmanship? So there's a fighting part to all this?
Why don't you share a character card then? The traveler will be the Marashose hunter, and you can be her little floating assistant.
Kinda like in real.
So, for the name, do I fill it out with the name of my character?
Yep. It can be any.
You can use your real name too
Alright.
if you want.
You gotta try
I
yung
do
name.
that whenever I get too lazy to think of a new name.
I-try ko yung sulatin ng name kahit Makoto, Yuki na lang. Okay.
Oh,
Done.
so it would be like experiencing a different life.
In that case, I think I'll continue to use the name Linny then.
Next up is the skill sheet.
Pati lang kasi
You have a
ano
limited
siya.
amount of skill points that you can use to learn a number of skills.
At dili will lang kakalin.
I'll take persuasion and investigation.
Oh, those skills sound like they'd be useful for gathering intelligence.
So, should we also take those skills then?
Not necessarily. Since we're working together as a team, we could leave the negotiations to Navia. For example, I think I'll take stealth and sleight of hand.
Oh, interesting. I wasn't thinking about it like that. I suppose it's not so different from an acting troupe. Let me see. I'll take arts and performance.
Well, that
Agree?
leaves us. What do you want to learn, Traveler?
Oh, come on guys. Let me cook.
Gotta say, this suits you really well. Nothing boosts morale like good food.
Kapag nakakook ka, kailangan mo din magbabagay ng yan yung panggamot na niluto mo.
Ooh, so you want to help people when they're injured. So what do you think? Are you sure you want to learn these 2 skills?
Sure. Healer support ako.
Let's see. Oh, looks like you each have enough points to choose one final skill.
You've all picked such classic skills.
Why do I get the feeling she's getting ready to cause trouble?
For example, this one here. Summon.
Oh, I saw that one just now as well. The description says, this skill can be used under certain circumstances to summon characters or creatures that fit the script's world-building rules.
The script's world-building rules, huh?
Oh, that's not for us to worry about, my friend.
Alright, you've convinced Paimon. Let's learn Summon then. Paimon can't wait.
Well, now that everyone's more or less finished creating their characters, we can begin. Since 2 of our players are doing this for the first time, though, let me ask, would you like to play on easy mode or authentic mode?
What? Baka buti walang Asian difficulty.
What's the difference between the 2?
Well, in role-playing games, the story sometimes changes based on the decisions of the players and the results of the Fatometer. For example, if you fail a check, that means you cannot use the target skill in that scenario. A critical failure may even result in further negative consequence. If you choose to play in authentic mode, every time you elect to use a skill, you'll need to use the Fatometer to see whether you succeed or fail, and face any consequences that may follow. If you choose easy mode instead, every check will be successful by default, and you won't have to worry about luck playing a factor.
Oh God! Cards na naman!
Given that I'd like to focus on the story, I suppose I should pick easy mode.
Huh? Oh, come on. Don't worry about that. RNG is the lifeblood of role-playing games. Never knowing what you might have to overcome.
I'd rather be mentally prepared for what might happen.
All right, then I'll mark down Furina for easy mode. All her checks will be successful by default.
What about you, dear partner? How would you like to play?
Oh, I'll obey Furina for now. Easy mode tayo.
Are you sure?
Yes!
No need to worry about the pesky Fatometer. Pretty good.
Honestly, I don't think Clorinde would make things too difficult for us.
No promises.
That wasn't super reassuring.
Well, anyway, enough talk. Let's get started.
Speaking of the story, why is the beginning scene on a beach?
Well, that's because a long time ago, back when human civilization was still in its infancy, powerful demons and evil sorcerers ruled over the land. They created a host of monsters and sent them to slaughter all humans in existence. Soon, a group of human rebels banded together. Sometime later, as a member of the MiHoYo hunters, you receive a commission. As you inhale, you can taste the slightly salty air of the docks. As you begin to survey your surroundings, your eyes meet. And you realize these people are fellow MiHoYo hunters.
You're all MiHoYo hunters too, right? Allow me to introduce myself. The name's Navia, monster hunter by trade and helpful neighborhood businesswoman on the side. What say you to traveling together? We can
Okay, my name is Linny. I've been wandering since I was little and picked up a few less than legal tricks along the way. I was adopted by a MiHoYo hunter and later chose to follow in his footsteps.
Good. Kung sino man nag-illustrate itong si Lini na may hood, yun, good. Arlecchino will be proud.
Is this where you introduce your character to everyone? My name is Furina, and, I grew up in a noble family. I always had a strong interest in performance and the arts.
Hey, you can do it, Furina.
Paimon is Paimon, a good friend and
We used to be doctors.
I've been studying medicine ever since I was a child. I want to do my part to eradicate these monsters and use what I've learned to heal others.
Alright. Well, I can wait for Sarah, who voiced Lumine, see this.
Oh, welcome, welcome. When we face the monsters, I'll make sure to charge in front to give everyone some cover. You can take...
You open your envelopes at the same time. To the honorable and trustworthy MiHoYo hunters, our kingdom is currently facing a grave crisis. The lands outside the capital have been overtaken by monsters, and our people are being led astray by forces of wickedness.
Wait lang. Son, please
We
stop.
beseech you, please help us resolve this crisis and return peace and stability to our home.
Huh. The layout of this city looks super familiar. It kinda reminds Paimon of Mondstadt!
Yeah, this is Mondstadt. Nakakaduda dahil sa GT. Punta-punta tayo sa Mondstadt. Ang weird.
The scriptwriter must have used a real-world city as a reference when coming up with the map.
As experienced hunters, the layout of the city reminds you of places once traveled. You recall the sight of tree-lined streets and the gentle tranquility of days gone by. Yet, as you regard the city in front of you, it appears to be little more than an empty shell. Its hollow gates are open to you, beckoning you to come forth and bring salvation back to the town.
I carefully read every line of the letter and turn.
You see a long string of unfamiliar names.
In that case, why don't we take a walk around the city and see if we can learn anything from the local residents?
Oh, good idea. We might be able to get some leads on the monsters and bad guys we're after.
Oh, so we're on the...
You
we're
look
done.
up and see a tavern nearby. It appears to be open for the day.
Right. Angels.
Why don't we go check out that tavern? If the novels I've read are anything to go by, taverns are usually full of information.
As
Okay.
you approach the tavern, you find a plainly dressed woman standing nearby. She appears to be rather
Okay,
troubled
can I try
about something.
Bayan, I'm gonna give it a try to use Navia. What the heck?
Greetings, friend. Lovely weather we're having today, don't you think?
Oh, hello. I suppose you're right.
It seems like every character included in the script has a certain amount of useful information to offer. If we keep asking questions, we might be able to get some good leads.
Oh, come now, don't be sad.
I don't think that's the kind of question we're supposed to ask.
Nothing turns a frown upside down like good food.
You didn't even take cooking as one of your skill proficiencies.
Kung ikaw lang sana maggawa ng script kaya Furina instead si Clorinde. Kaya mas magaling eh.
That's not necessary, miss. Excuse me for saying this, but you don't really look like a chef. Besides, I'm not really a fan of sweets.
So you're someone who barely smiles? Hey! Did she just... me?
Clorinde must have broke character for a second.
Clorinde, ayusin mo!
This isn't getting us anywhere.
Okay. So dahil ako yung parang chef, so... I'm on to this.
Are you sure?
Positive!
In that case, please refer to the fatometer.
Okay. Draw a card. Okay, nice. Nakapas.
Oh, it was a success!
You remain silent as you prepare a pot and fire to use for cooking. The woman stares at you with her mouth agape as you skillfully cut the ingredients and toss them into the pot. After some time, a rich aroma begins to fill the air. Even a passing cat can't help but stop in its tracks and look up in anticipation.
Please have some food. Who knows? Maybe you'll feel better after eating something delicious.
Well, I think... I actually did notice that.
Whoa, that's amazing.
Davy approves.
Wait. So, as long as you pass the check, you can pretty much do anything? And it won't be seen as absurd?
You were right. This food really did make me feel better.
So, what had you so worried earlier?
Okay. A horde of monsters suddenly appeared near the capital recently.
What?
So all the guards were dispatched to fight them.
Alright.
Do you remember when those monsters appeared?
Saan na yan?
I'm not completely sure. All I know is that my husband was dispatched to fight them 3 days ago.
Do you know where he was sent?
It all happened so fast. When we said our goodbyes, he couldn't even tell me where they were sending him.
You have our thanks, friend.
Don't worry. We'll find him. We don't always get to choose what...
I'll do my best. You bid farewell to the woman and continue your journey further into the city.
Well, I can't wait to have Navia, guys. I have enough fools for her.
Hey there!
As you venture further into the city, the streets appear largely empty. An elderly woman walks past. You see her shake her head as she puts away her wrinkled wallet. A nearby merchant folds his arms and gives you a disdainful look. You get the impression that he's someone who has long gotten used to the sight before him.
Although he doesn't seem very... friendly.
Yeah.
Sir?
That depends. How about... What do you take me for? Some...
Surely an onion can't...
Ganyan yung boses ng NPC na yan.
Right?
He's so muscular, but ganyan na parang napakabata.
What do you know? War is nearly upon us.
Whoa, what a nasty guy. Maybe we shouldn't even bother talking to him.
Ano to? Kung kailangan mong next time Hoyoverse, try mo magpili ng tamang voice actor para dyan. Kung may pagkamali, hindi naman ganyan kamatch ng body type ng NPC na yan.
But he still might have information we need. Traveler, can you think of something?
Alright, let him do dance, please, Furina.
Performance? I've never played a role-playing game like this before. Alright. By the harbor's grace.
Oh, you're a liar.
Alone boat lies and rest. Let the moon give chase, for here begins our quest. In the dark of shadow, our heroes seek to find where creatures born of evil weave their grand design. Blocked the road does stand, such is our hunter's plight. Yet with sword and courage in hand, they march forth to pierce the night.
Okay, 3, 9, okay, nice. Okay.
I don't recall asking for a bardic song, but if you meant what you sang... Those monsters are camped outside the city. We have limited reserves within the city, so if this continues, we're all...
Wait, you're saying...
We could all... Who knows? Maybe they're in cahoots
So na-voice
with the
pala to ni,
monsters all
ni
along.
Clorinde. So nakakataka ko bakit ganyan eh.
That is
Yeah, alright, I think I've said more than enough. Be on your way now.
Got it.
Don't mind him, Furina. He just doesn't have enough taste to appreciate your art.
No. I was just thinking about...
Okay.
Should we try to go somewhere with more people?
Wait,
Oh, how about the city square? Follow me.
nasaan si... Ba't wala dito si Catherine? Dapat nandito yan eh. Ba't ganun? Okay, well, whatever. Let's go to the street. At ala, ba't ganyan yung... Ano? Ba't wala na yung fountain dito?
Before you lies the city's central square. You see a man with a slightly anxious look on his face, pacing back and forth, his head hanging low.
Ba't ganun? Ba't wala ng fountain dito?
He
Weird.
doesn't seem to notice your approach. Still immersed in his own thoughts.
This guy seems promising enough. Hello, sir. Is there...
Wait. Oh, dear goodness.
You recognize us?
Yeah.
Yes.
What happened here?
Alas, we once... However, monsters have once again surrounded the city.
Are there not enough soldiers to drop?
It's not a question. Most people my age have never even seen one of the monsters, much less been trained to fight against them. When I was a child, though, my grandfather would tell me stories about how the MiHoYo hunters drove back the monsters. To be perfectly honest, I was starting to think all those stories were just tall tales. But now that I've seen you in person,
Well, you can rest easy, friend.
The man
Yes,
is
lang.
touched by your determination and resolve. It's
Still, if we are going...
although...
I see. We'll...
All right, be careful. They're actively working even one of our kind...
Talk about being stuck between a rock and a hard place.
I feel bad for him. Maybe we should try to cheer him up?
Can we cook?
Hey, not everything can be solved with food.
I appreciate your kindness, brave hunters. I leave the...
If I understood correctly, there are currently 2 problems in the kingdom that
Okay.
need solving, right?
Exactly. We need to defeat the monsters outside the city and take down the evil sorcerer stirring up trouble from within.
Well, this seems like a good moment for a break.
Well, Clorinde said this.
I wouldn't say it's a...
Sure.
Paimon wants to know too.
no. All...
Huh?
In theory, yes. All you would need to do is survive the rigorous training. Still, most people dropped out at the early stages. And others called it quits the minute they saw a monster in person.
What kind of monsters did the hunters fight exactly?
The land of Fontaine once played host to an ancient dynasty known as Remuria. One of the ancient sorcerers of Remuria used his power to assemble a formidable army of golems.
Now, wait a second. Don't tell me that guy was the inspiration for the evil sorcerer in the script.
Well, I wasn't planning on going into anything you might be able to find out in the game. But if you want me to talk about something else, then... How about Casiodor, the Golden Hunter? Or Egeria, the ex-Hydro Archon?
Wait, but those people are all from a super long time ago.
From my master?
My master? Oh, absolutely.
Let's not get off to responding to Egeria yet.
Is that really a... Speaking of I vote monsters. That's the main duty of the hunters, right?
Well said, Miss Furina.
What about you, partner? What do you think?
Well, batch ko si Furina. Monsters tayo.
Decided then.
All right. After some discussion, you decide to turn around and head out of the city.
Let's take a look around, like that guy said.
You there, outsiders, halt!
Oh,
Who's there?
Amphibious Knight.
An armored man approaches you. He has a tall, muscular build and a determined expression in his eyes, although he's trying his best to conceal his current state. I'm the captain of the guard. I saw you sneaking around the city earlier, so I'll only ask this once. State your purpose, or it's off to the dungeons for the lot of you.
Dr. Razor yarn.
Wow, it's been a while since someone's been this suspicious of us.
I said talk, not whisper between yourselves.
Have you ever heard of the MiHoYo hunters?
MiHoYo hunters? Ha! That fairy tale, you mean? What, you expect me to believe you're one of them?
Okay, batch ko si Navia.
Sir, we were indeed in the city earlier, but our purpose was only to gather information on the monsters. We're here to help this city and all the people within it. Your guards are still fighting the monsters as we speak.
Okay, so kailangan natin mapass yung... Nice, 19! Yan natin kailangan ng additional stuff here.
The man regards you with doubt and concern. Those monsters aren't easy to deal with. I just hope all the guards will be able to come back to their families alive.
Okay.
Based on what the captain said, the monster should be right up ahead. Let's go. Hopefully we're not too late.
Okay, may mga na-injured.
As you approach the battlefield, you see numerous people lying by the side of the road. They appear to be dressed like guards. Their faces are filled with desperation and terror. Some are screaming and cursing in vain, as if still trying to banish the monstrosities they saw from their minds.
Okay. Keep going.
A few of the wounded look up at you in shock and disbelief. Quick, leave this place. Turn around and don't look back, they yell.
Keep going down! Keep going!
This is the place he mentioned, right?
You see broken iron swords scattered all around you, and downed trees riddled with terrifying. All the signs point to one thing. A truly devastating battle just took place here.
Be on your guard, everyone. The monsters might still be around.
Before you can finish your sentence, you hear rustling sounds from the surrounding bushes. The monsters have emerged.
Oh, tagay na
They
suma to.
close in on you without fear. You get the impression that, in their bloodthirsty eyes, you're just another meal for them to devour.
A little help here. This thing wants to eat my mind.
Your
Mga
battle
zombies
round
yan.
begins now.
Making combat out! Come on! Let's give luck! 6. Bayan! Pati nag-add!
Hey there! A proper send-off from the Cena Club.
Okay, I think makag-greater na dati yung dapat ng bio damage.
Watch out!
The next battle round begins now.
What? Oh no! Wait lang, hili!
Let the world collide! Umbrella warfare, I guess. Where'd that come from?
Oh.
Fire! Well, with rocks.
Up!
This one's got your name on it.
Tatak lang, step down siya. Oh.
The monsters.
Sorry guys naglalala na nag-time out yung naglalala na nawala ng connection, buti bumalik ng mabilis. Alright, looks like everything is fine now.
The monsters let
Okay,
out a
take two.
terrifying roar of anger and resentment before dissipating into thin air.
Thank goodness it's over.
We're lucky the Marashose Hunter class came with all those preset skill points.
I never knew the Fatometer even determines the amount of damage you inflict.
That's part of the fun.
Just as you begin to celebrate your victory, a suspicious lump on the ground catches your attention.
A suspicious lab.
I walk up to it, crouch down, and begin to carefully examine it. I've still got my right glove on, so it should be fine for me to touch it, right?
As you investigate the mound, you discover that the exposed portion appears to be made of wood. It was previously obscured by the large form of the monsters. With the monsters gone, the small protrusion now awaits your discovery.
Whoa, it's a treasure chest!
Okay, dig in!
With everyone's help, you successfully excavate the wooden chest from the ground, even without opening it. you can tell from the mora and jewels scattered around the chest that it must contain quite the fortune.
Makes sense. We worked hard for this. Let's open it and we can share what's inside.
I can understand your excitement, Paimon, but think about it. Doesn't it seem like there are people out there who need this treasure more than us?
Yeah. Think about all the people suffering in the capital. Or all those guards who got hurt fighting the monsters.
Wait, is that how it works?
Well, let's put it this way. Any decision you make during a role-playing game can impact the future course of the story.
But would the people really believe us? It's hard enough for us to prove we're Marchese hunters. What if they think we procured the treasure illegally?
That's definitely something we should consider. Maybe we can come up with an explanation in advance.
Well, if donating it could cause that much trouble, why don't we use it to buy some gear and fill up on good food?
Looks like you're facing a difficult choice once again. Well, it's getting late.
Wow, where did the time go?
I'm not sure if it's because I'm having so much fun with you all or because the story is particularly enticing, but I feel like I could almost keep going.
Here, here. Ooh, how about we play through the night?
Ito talaga yung puyatan na.
I'm not sure I'll have enough energy for that.
Yeah, that won't work for me either. Lynette will give me an earful if I get home too late.
I understand how you feel, Navia, but we have to change venues for the next part of the story anyway.
Huh? Another location?
There's a special note for the GM at the end of this section that says to proceed to an indoor set for the next part of the script.
Whoa, they really pulled out all the stops for...
Well, even if we end the game for the day, we can still stay a little longer and hear Clorinde finish her story, right?
Something tells me you just want to finish the free
That's just a coincidence, okay? Besides, the Paimon not finishing free food feels even worse than having to buy her own. And anyway, Paimon really does want to hear more about Clorinde's master.
Well...
It's nothing. I appreciate the concern, but it's all in the past. My earliest memories are of living with Master. According to her, she saved me from certain people of ill repute. My birth parents had left me behind some time before that.
What a heavy beginning for a life story.
Master was a fascinating individual. My first ever toy was a short sword.
Oh wait, so she handed an actual sword to a child?
Of course I did. I cut my palm and bled quite a lot. See, that's what you get for not holding the sword properly, she told me. She then crouched down next to me and said, "Give me your hand. I'll teach you to bandage this wound. After that, it's time to learn how to truly hold a blade."
Excuse me for asking this, Clorinde, but
Probably around...
3?
As I said, Master...
I'm not so sure.
I didn't see anything wrong with her ways at the time. And anyway, children don't get to choose how they're raised. Oh, she did bring me back a pet from Liyue once.
A Geo Bishop Hatchling?
What she said was this: make sure to get along, you two.
And
5.
Well,
No, I lost.
So you're saying you actually became the Geo Bishop's pet?
Yes, but only for a week.
that really doesn't sound like the kind of childhood someone should have.
Later on, I gradually understood that Master most likely didn't know any other way to raise a child. Thanks to her, I learned how to navigate the forest by the age of 6, and could hunt monsters in the wild by myself the year after that. Even though the training she subjected me to was strict, she always made sure to take me traveling when she had the time.
I still remember the first time we met.
I still hadn't really met many children my age at that time, so I didn't know how to interact with others.
After that, though, you started coming over a lot.
I had a lot of fun during those days.
I enjoyed them too. We tried to pretend like we never heard anything, but you nearly let it slip that one time.
Protector of justice. Oh, wait, you mean that vigilante hero from 20 years ago?
Yep, that would be her. She often would put on a black cloak and go out at night.
20 years ago, huh? I still remember the guards leaving all kinds of witness reports about her on Nervalette's desk. Oh, there's no need to apologize. Although, calling herself the Protector of Order was a bit much.
Huh? When did the Protector of Justice become the Protector of Order?
Oh, she had a bunch of code names. I heard she would just come up with a name on the spot whenever she was asked. Later on, she probably got sick of answering those questions and decided to stick to just two.
That sounds like her, all right. I bet she forgot which of the two she'd use by the time she got back each night.
Well, she certainly sounds like a fascinating individual.
It's true. I always wanted to become like her.
But
She suddenly disappeared the night I turned 10 years old.
Disappeared? What happened?
I have no idea. She didn't even leave a note. That night, I was celebrating my birthday at Navia's house, when she still didn't appear after a few days.
Papa probably didn't know either.
Don't worry, I understand. To be just like how, when a litter of kittens reaches a certain age...
Were you upset, Clor?
I was at first, but not anymore. I don't believe Master would suddenly disappear for no reason.
Well, despite everything, you still managed to follow in her footsteps and become the greatest champion duelist in all of Fontaine.
I suspect my position would be far too by the books for her.
Who knew Clorinde had such an interesting past? I wonder if Clorinde's master were the champion duelist back then. Oh no. Judging by the atmosphere, Clorinde and Navia are probably thinking something similar.
Well, anyway. Would you look at the time?
I had a great time today, Miss Clorinde.
Anytime.
The script was good, but I've got... Hey, you should tell us more about that fight against the Geo-Bishop sometime.
What does she mean, on to something? I certainly don't know any 5-year-olds who want to fight a bishop in their spare time. Guess I'll head back as well. I need to save my energy if I want to continue enjoying the story tomorrow.
You're that excited to...
I was talking about the...
Okay, time sheet ng 8:30.
Let's go meet up with...
Okay, saan naman? Ay, kalma. Kumala ito siguro. Kailangan natin may... Mano natin yung teleport waypoint muna. Oh, sa baba? Dito? Ba't dito? Baka ito mismo yung parang... Parang isang location kung saan nangyari yung ano.
Looks like everyone's here. Now, before we begin, why don't we finish where we left off yesterday?
Okay, recap.
Is that really the most important part, though, Clorinde? Have you all...
I admire the work put into the set.
So this set is going to be a...
Unfortunately.
Anyone think Clorinde's smile is starting to look kinda... scary?
Well, whatever happens, if we're worried about arousing suspicion because of our identity, why don't we...
Yeah, it might be better.
Staring at me won't get you anywhere.
Why aren't you saying anything, Nav?
Oh, this is the short sword Clorinde meant...
Huh. I'm surprised you...
Well, I made sure... Anyway,
Wait, we haven't been thrown into prison yet, have we?
well, it's only a matter of time.
Alright, Paimon's made up her mind. Paimon may have wanted to keep it, but if it's going to land us in prison somehow, Paimon will be too upset to enjoy her snacks.
So, you reached an agreement?
Oh, and we'll collect all this stuff.
All right. You collect the treasure and make your way back to the capital with your bag of loot in hand. The city is still shrouded in a gloomy, oppressive
Ito pa rin tayo sa
atmosphere.
Mondstadt.
In places where sunlight struggles to reach, you generously share your wealth with the children. Thank you. The elderly woman's look of gratitude follows you as you walk away, her eyes never leaving your back until you move entirely out of sight. However, There's still quite a bit of more.
Oh God,
She's probably
choppy
trying to
yung
tell
ano.
us to speed this up. We need to hurry up so we can address the sorcerer problem.
Wala na nag-chop ba
Should
ito?
we go find that man again at the square?
Oh, good.
Just as you start to make way to the square, intent on finding the man again,
Okay. Complete, okay. In case the discard will help. Or maybe.
please wait, distinguished guests. Several strange guards suddenly call out to you. They run forward to meet you and
Greetings, gentlemen.
Surely you jest, my lady. That would not be our place. It is his.
Well, we have to investigate the court at some point, right?
I say we go for it.
That sounds a little intense.
After a quick discussion, you nod to the guards and agree to follow. They lead you all the way to the audience hall of the palace. Gilded tables line both sides of the hall. The space itself is adorned with all manner of expensive antiques, glass shelves, and silver candlesticks.
Wow.
The elderly king, clad in a magnificent robe, sits upon the deep crimson throne before you. He wears above his head a majestic crown. They're here, your majesty. A man dressed in dark clothes, likely a minister, shields his mouth with his hands and bends down to whisper a few words to the king. After a moment, he lowers his hands and stands back up.
The king does not appear entirely aware of his surroundings.
The king remains still and says nothing. Esteemed guests, allow me to thank you for coming to our faraway kingdom. I've heard tell that your group, the Marechaussee Hunters, used your exceptional ability with the sword to repel the monsters near the... However, seeing that I was not fortunate enough to observe such a feat with my own eyes,
Well, we've got nothing to hide. The golem's blades were so powerful. Well, that was enough details, right?
your account does indeed match those of the survivors.
Well, we did take the treasure, but
How did he know about the treasure?
Then I must ask that you...
Wait, but
Only that which is freely given by the king can be considered a reward.
But that's completely unreasonable.
yeah, that makes no sense.
Maybe so, yet the fact remains. What, no answer?
Well, what about the king?
Clad in his magnificent robe, the king remains seated, with his hands resting on either side of the throne.
From the look of things, could the Prime Minister be the evil sorcerer?
I would like to observe the number of guards stationed in the hall.
The guards in the palace appear...
There goes my plan to turn the whole place upside down, I guess.
It appears we've been visited by nothing more than a group of ill-intentioned imposters. Before I decide your fate, however, I must first determine whether you have any accomplices outside the court.
Can't we try to slip away? Or make...
But if we try to fight the guards right now...
Don't worry. At least we figured out who's behind all this. Let's just play it by ear.
Well, I think...
You allow yourself to be led away by guards surrounding you on both sides. It's only when you begin to feel drops of water falling from the dungeon ceiling and smell... Stay here, and don't try anything fun. The guards lock the cell door.
wait, sir!
Your voice echoes through the dark hall.
No!
Carve out a new path of fate.
You reach toward your waist.
What about that knife I hit
When did you hide?
when I was thinking about digging a tunnel?
Rejected. You failed to inform the GM of this course of action.
And the keys to the cell aren't...
Correct. You don't?
Well,
Indeed.
Huh? Why are you the one saying indeed?
Because that statement holds true for me as well.
What? But that's a terrible...
Generally speaking, this should...
I mean,
Ano ba? Anong
maybe
klaseng
they
ending yan?
is a...
If only there were desserts and tea in real prison. Oh, wait, guess it's kind of how the Fortress of Meripede works.
oh, before I forget, Navia, I took a closer look.
Wait, Clorinde said...
I doubt it.
Hang on.
Master left many things to me when she disappeared. I gave you the sword back then.
Wait, when?
After the duel. Between Mr. Callis and myself.
Before that, Clorinde would have meals with us and even stay over at the Spina some days. After the duel, though, there was a period of time where we simply didn't know how to face each other. We were both sad. Whenever I looked at this back then...
No one can change the past.
Yep, you're right.
I'm sorry. You...
Think nothing of it.
See you later.
Looks like the next part of our script is here.
Oh, yun.
Perfect timing.
From Clarenne's face, I really can't tell if it's good news or bad news.
We're hoping.
Water continues to drip from the ceiling. Eventually, you get used to the unpleasant odor. Suddenly, you hear footsteps outside.
Heads up, everyone.
Gather close, everyone, and keep...
Word. Man, mukhang malayo pa to sa dulo.
Who are you?
I work as a guard and... Shh!
I understand, but
The king has issued a formal decree.
Executed?
monsters appearing at the same location.
There will be time for speculation when infiltrating the capital was...
Have you seen our weapons anywhere?
Don't worry, I brought them with me. His faction is to defeat him. You must find us...
You're not coming with us?
No, I'll remain as long as my identity is...
In that case,
Thank you for your concern. As for the location of the vault,
Okay, give me a map. Oh, so nakamarka dito.
Got it.
all right. Once I open the door, you now have the chance. And
With the help of the guard, you successfully escape the dungeons.
Wait, we didn't get to use our skills at all while we were in prison. Who
Okay.
knows when we're gonna get the chance to use that cool summon spell?
That is a pity, but we can only continue
Gonna see some
forward.
use our water walking trick.
oh, brilliant!
Oh, ito yung vault, no? Ito, nasan yung vault? Check ko lang yung map. O sige, tignan dito eh. No?
This should be the place marked on
This bit of rocks.
Well, I'd...
Kaboom! So, sa tulong ng kanan niya, no?
You really meant that.
Before you lies a serene stretch of open...
Well, guess it.
Okay, time to swim underwater. Isa yung daanan. Ayun.
What's the matter?
As you step into the...
Ano naman to?
Wow, this must be where the treasure is hidden.
But this door is blocking our way in.
Huh. What have we got down here?
Pattern on a stone door.
something wrong, Clip?
After a long,
Stop messing!
difficult journey,
Testing
you
everything,
finally
Clorinde.
arrive
Just
at
keep
the
going.
lake. Your surroundings are
We're doing this for the sake of the people, to free them from the evil sorcerer. I say it's time for this treasure to once again see the light of day.
Linny's right. We need to keep going. The next part of the story requires us to solve the puzzle, right?
Yes, that should be fine. Something feels off.
The Hydro Cube. Hila Hydro Core to condelis the Hydrogana. What? Sige, dalian nyo. Ito. Saan pa? Okay.
I found something.
Found something here too.
Come on. Gimme. Furina! Dalian mo!
Same here.
Okay, come on, bring it out, bring it out, bring it out, bring it out. Ngayon, paano ko ito maano? Kailangan ko bang iurong to? Natin to. Okay, so kailangan natin i-operate to. Operate! Yun! Okay, kailangan natin ma-solve yung puzzle na to. Paano to? Okay. All goods naman.
Worked.
Something just appeared.
By solving the puzzles, you prove yourself at the end of each puzzle.
With?
A key.
Itong susi for the door.
Oh, it must be the key to the big door.
This is one of the Marechaussee Hunter keys that are passed down from generation to generation. It is said that 4 keys in total are required to form the final, complete key.
Huh?
You hear a few strange noises. Suddenly, all the torches in the ruin go out.
What's going on? Did we fall?
For the sake of immersion, please.
Okay.
But Paimon can still see a little bit over here.
Paimon, shut up!
right,
Just
sorry.
do Lawrence favor, please!
You hear the sound of footsteps pierce through the darkness.
There's someone else here? Oh, this is so unsettling.
I've been discovered then.
Wait,
You recognize the voice as belonging to the guard who led you to this place. It appears he now covets the treasure for himself.
Oh, so this is just part of the script. Well, if we can't
Judging by the way he's...
Retreat? That's not the hunter.
Your choice is noted.
You got it.
Well then.
Oh, we gotta trial Clorinde, so let's tingnan ko na nagaga mo. Wow!
To try to hit him with my sword.
Your strike is successful.
You're facing a veteran Marechaussee hunter.
Okay, panay kapag spam ka ng ano.
Is he still standing? Goodness, he sure has a lot of HP.
So, kailangan mo lang magawa, spam lang yung skills.
is it over?
It's good, huh?
Can we open our eyes now?
The enemy is strong.
What about...
Final strike.
Pakaroon pala to eh.
Oh, well, did we get him?
Warm fire flickers across the walls once more. Your vision is now clear. In an impressive display of courage, the four of you successfully defeat the uninvited guest. That look in his eyes.
Huh? Oh, wait. We're supposed to be roleplaying. Speak your name, guard. Why did you lead us here just to... Is this treasure
But I, Florian, am a true Marashose hunter.
So he's also using his real name.
Then I'm even more confused.
What do you know? In this
What's that supposed to mean?
my skills were passed down to me, and what did he get in return? A life of poverty and pain. And the Marashose hunters would...
Is he talking about how no one in the capital...
So that's why you wanted to...
If you already knew where the
Because
Only a true Marashose hunter is capable of passing through as someone who sought to hurt others.
Okay, but
You're sure you want to...
We've been talking about it for so long. Of course we want to see what's...
And we've already defeated Florian, right?
Watch yourself.
Then let's open the door together.
All right.
Alright. So yan na.
Before you, the door to the treasure, sealed and undisturbed for more than 100 years, finally swings open. You hear the shrill wail of the door hinge as it rotates for the first time after years of disuse. Almost like a sleeping giant letting out an extended yawn.
It's open! Paimon wants to see what's inside!
Me too!
Have you...
uncovering hidden treasure is the most exciting part of adventuring. What do we have here?
You cook.
Maybe the troop ran out of...
They provided us soup.
Wait,
what?
Oh, are you?
The Marashose hunter before you appears to suffer a serious mental breakdown. He needs to leave the room for a moment. One of you seems to understand the significance of the treasure already.
So dito mismo na-discover yung Furina yung mga ilang source na examine niya.
They're back!
That took a while.
Ahem! My fellow Marashose hunters.
Tone it down.
Sorry. After
Oh,
I confess,
that little... Wait,
that's right. He's... to be perfectly honest, the treasure...
the names of all the Marashos.
Wait, you...
Of course.
We just finished reading through the content of the stone tablet.
That tablet recorded the lives of some fascinating people. For example, this Marashose hunter called Est. She inherited the responsibilities of the Golden Hunter.
So, she was just like you.
Oh,
Well, when you put it that way, I suppose working as an executioner, he supposedly used a countless number of tricks to confuse his enemies in battle.
their lives were all so exciting. You could write so many cool books about their accomplishments.
Because they chose to be. To hunt monsters at...
And this stone
That's right. The only time they spoke of their...
so...
No wonder this place was so well hidden.
You regard the stone, the tablet prove their legacies.
Father, he wants... Thank you, my friend. I implore you, everyone.
well,
Sounds good to me too.
I have no objections, but Mr.
what if the secret's hidden inside these weapons? GM,
Okay. So this is a random card. Come on. Okay, nice.
At first glance, these blades have slain countless monsters.
So basically, take these with us, right?
I'll take this weapon, since it used to belong to Est. Maybe it'll find comfort in being held by someone who appreciates the arts.
Ah, good idea. I'll take Mr. Walter's bow then. From one archer magician to another.
Paimon's gonna pick a cool...
As you grip your weapons, you can almost feel the will of past hunters coursing through your being. It's a...
Mr. Florian, do you know where to find the evil?
I was able to see his surroundings when our minds were connected. We must be extremely careful.
Then why don't we explore some more?
No, we have to strike now.
I agree with Mr. Florian.
Yeah, now that we've got a plan, there's no point in waiting.
Yes, that's what's called... Yes,
All right, you've...
Mr. Florian?
of course.
He had to set up so many scenes.
Finally, you decide to slay the evil sorcerer and bring peace back to the kingdom once and for all. As you walk away, you feel the gaze of the stone tablet at your back, as if all the hunters of the past are wishing you success in the battle ahead and awaiting your triumphant return. Finally, you arrive at the church Florian described. As you approach, an ominous aura surrounds.
How strange.
Now, it is time for the final battle.
Let's go!
Let's do this, guys. Let's show it what we got.
Florian, wait.
What's wrong?
I think you should wait outside. I don't think
That's exactly why... Yes,
that's too risky.
I understand. The Devorator will have... You're not like me. This is... Consider it a duel.
Then, as a champion duelist, I hereby accept your request for a duel. The battle is now upon us. Let the Devorator once again tremble under the blade of...
Yeah, the show! All my strength! Yeah! No escape! Yeah! Cut to the chase! Hey!
Get the fuck out of my way! Wait pa? I'm obvious about it. So let's mind our own business. Tao po! Okay, here's cutscene!
So lifelike!
Boom!
Why is nothing working?
This foe is not invincible. You hold the treasure, the power to defeat it, in your own two hands.
Take Furina! Think!
The names! It's the Marechaussee Hunters' names!
How are we supposed to...
You forget, Paimon? There's still one skill we saved until the very end.
Hunters fight not for fame, but to aid the people whenever they are summoned.
Walter the Marechaussee Hunter, master of 1,000 tricks, executioner of the Phantom Hunters, I call for aid!
Est, the Marechaussee Hunter, inheritor of Cassiodor's will, judge of the Shadow Hunters. Answer my call!
Petronia, protector of justice and order, the hunter I respect the most. Thank you for saving my friend, the best one I'll ever know. Please, lend us your strength.
We have come to answer your summons.
Boom!
the monsters were eradicated, and the sorcerer was defeated. Peace soon returned to the capital. Those in the court, manipulated by the sorcerer, also recognized the errors of their ways. Some remembered the names of the heroes who saved their kingdom, but others simply continued their lives none the wiser. Such is the story of the Marashosei Hunters. They will always protect the city. Yes, you...
It's a pretty solid story overall. That final battle especially. All the effects were super realistic.
Oh, right.
Yeah, mine nearly scared the daylights out of me when it started glowing. I took a good look at it after we got out, but we should probably give these props back.
Did you have a good...
Of course.
Sure.
Then I'll head back for now. Once Mr. Florian...
You're right.
Well, see...
Okay, so, can I ask now?
I think it should be fine.
What in the world?
That time in the cave when you told us to close our eyes, it'd be weirder if we didn't notice anything.
I was dying of curiosity the entire...
Guess none of us wanted to be...
What are you all talking about?
Oh, wait.
Bit...
You're saying...
It's probably more accurate to say this was...
What?
So loud.
Hey, you! Get up right now and explain yourself! Did Paimon just hear that? It's not nice to lie to people, but... Paimon...
Yeah! It was like watching a...
If Paimon knew something was wrong with...
Everything was under control.
As if you...
Guess I'm just used...
You must...
As for you,
I know there's...
I would say you may have been blinded by... You'll be far more used to...
But...
Of course, you'll still need...
Yes, of course.
As far as I'm concerned.
Thank you so much. Until we meet again.
Speaking of Marashosei Hunters, what should we...
Leave it be.
Are you sure? We could show it to...
No. I am no exception.
That's certainly very...
Wait! Paimon just remembered...
That's because the Marashosei...
Oh,
Well, I'm sure...
Oh?
This particular devilry, the names you recite...
So the names held the power...
Navia. Everything you said during your summon...
huh? Oh,
I really appreciated those...
all right. Anyway, let's not talk about that anymore.
She ran off!
I should probably head back as well. This story was truly incredible.
So next
Goodbye.
time, Winnie.
Traveler. Should your name and deeds be forgotten, what do you think the significance of your journey will be?
I suppose the significance would be the journey itself and the world we helped create. There's still value in the time I shared with everyone here, in the things we were able to accomplish, even if no one remembers them.
A great answer. I'll remember it. Me? The Marashosei Hunter says nothing in response to that question. Perhaps her answer lies in her silence. An unspoken vow left to echo through the night. The path she walks needs no explanation.
Wow. Grabe yun. Okay, meron tayo nakuhang bagong quest. No? Right. Oh, so ito yung mga ilang pages. Okay, so mukhang hindi ko malilimut. So this is literally a proof that you complete Clorine's story quest and your friend's determination for this. So this Clorine story quest was so cool. I've been completed it within 2 friggin' hours. Well, pretty cool. We show that show their true determination. And we can't wait to have Navia once their Banner Run came out. So I think ano pa eh.
Procrastinating.
Okay, so I do want to get Navia now. Okay, now I don't have any more mood to talk about something from this because I'm getting... Anyway, yun na po siguro ang ating Genshin Impact para sa araw na to. Maraming salamat sa inyong panonood at hanggang sa muli, travelers.